Hey, hi, hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess and we are here for Read It or Unhaul It episode 2. I wasn't planning to do one so quickly, but the idea came to me while I was laying in bed because the books were on this shelf and you probably already see in the title, but I have 2 books that I bought at 2 separate times that I've had for over a year at this point that are blind dates with a book that I have not unwrapped. And some people, Robin, were like, how do you still have those and you have not unwrapped them? Well, I am me, so that's why. So that's what I'm gonna be reading. I have no ideas what these are. I hope that I don't already own them. That would be horribly funny. But I'll read you what these say, and then I'm gonna have Nigel in his donut glory pick which one I'm gonna start with first. So I'm gonna unwrap one, read it, then unwrap the other one, because as Robin pointed out, it's already been over a year. What's a few more days? And so we'll see what these are and if I enjoy them and keep them or they're getting unhauled. So this first one, literally they have not been opened, like it's still stapled closed. So this one says, Failed Love, Found Family, Hope. It feels in small hardcover. I don't know what this is. And this other one feels paperback. Here's the size. And it says it's fantasy. A man fresh from jail and eager to start anew, with his pregnant wife is killed by arcane evil. He must descend into purgatory to save his wife and unborn child. A dangerous game that risks eternal damnation to save his family. I thought this was a certain book, but the size of it, I don't think that it's that. So we're gonna see what Nigel picks for me to unwrap first. Mimi, come here. Okay, don't mind him. He's got a little cream on his face. Don't judge the baby. Okay. We're gonna... Okay, Nigel, which one? Is this... Can you see? Which one? Pick one. Nigel, which one? Which one? Which one? No. Okay. We're gonna move them around, move them around, move them around, move them around. Okay, Nigel. Which one? Which one? Which one? Well, Nigel has spoken. So we're gonna unwrap the fantasy. I'm nervous. It's got some book paper on it, very cute. Here you go, get some ASMR. I'm trying to keep the paper looking cute. Okay, y'all are gonna see it first. What is it? Yeah, this is not what I thought this was. I've never seen this before. It's by Harper Voyager by this person. Who's it from? Who's it by? Oh wait, that's the author's name. I was like, it's called this? Lost Gods, a novel by Brom. Oh, he wrote Krampus. Interesting. I've never read that either. But yeah, okay, well, in this gritty and visceral story, his prose takes us on a haunting, harrowing journey into the depths of the underworld, thrust into a realm of madness and chaos where ancient gods and demons battle over the dead and where cabals of souls conspire to overthrow their masters. Okay, well, oh, it's illustrated. Or maybe that was just one. Very interesting. Wow, I originally when I was like, oh, is this, what's that book? If I can remember, I'll put it in here. I can't remember. I can see it in my head. But I was like, I thought that's what it was. But then I was like, it's not this size. Like, I've seen the book. So, this one's going to take me a little longer because it's almost 500 pages. I mean, how interesting. I like this illustration in here. All right, so that's our first one, and I will be, well, you won't see this one yet. Sorry, the sun keeps going in and out. This is what I will be starting today. I will check back in after I've read some. So the last time I updated for this video was a while ago. I don't know, 7 to 10 days, my bad. You know, the election happened. So I've been just reading fan fiction, and I was listening to a nonfiction book. But anyway, I am back reading this. I'm currently in the middle of Patreon's, friends. I made it to almost page 200. I'm at page 199, and I have mixed feelings about this. This is very interesting. Like I said before, I'm pretty sure I said it. I had never heard of this before. And this creature here, we've already met. Very intrigued by her, them. I can't remember. And so basically we have this guy, Chet. You know, he got out of jail. His girlfriend was pregnant. They run away together. He ends up dead. And I can't say much other things because it would spoil some of the things that happened. But like they were in Alabama. They run away together to South Carolina to his grandmother. And he ends up dead. And so there's some things that he finds out after he dies. And so we're mostly following him, although it does pop back to the grandmother and his baby mama, and then also someone else that he's looking for in, basically, I don't know if we call it the afterlife. Well, he's in hell or on his way to hell. It's like, it's not a great place where he is, right? And there's been lots of violence. And normally I love violence, but there's just like I want to keep reading because I want him to get to this person that he's looking for. And apparently there are games. Like, I just got into part 3 where apparently he's going to be competing in some kind of games. They're going to be brutal, I'm assuming. And he still has to find this person that he's looking for. And I know, since I've seen both perspectives, that they're heading in the same direction. So hopefully he meets him soon. So, like, I'm interested to see how that goes. But it is quite long. I'm like, there's still, even if I'm at page 200, there's almost 300 pages left of this. And I'm like, I feel like we're just going to be going through all the levels of purgatory, of hell, of whatever. I think what's hard is, like, he's not like some great guy, and it's not like we got a lot of time to get to know him before he goes to hell. And like, so he's not someone necessarily, well, not that I'm not rooting for him. I'm not like, oh wow, I'm so moved by his character that I'm hoping that he gets out of this or he finds a way back or whatever. I'm just interested, just based on the premise, to see how these games go, and if once he meets up with this person, like, where is it going? But I don't know if I'm going to finish this, because I'm like, this seems quite long for this premise, and I'm not invested in him or any other character. So I'm going to continue reading. We'll probably have another sprint tonight. And so I'm going to try to read another 30 to 40-ish pages. And so again, it's interesting, but I don't know if it's 500 pages, even though it reads really quickly. And like, the chapters are short, which is great for me because it just makes it feel like I'm reading it faster. But yeah, I don't know. I am here with an update on Lost Gods by Brahm. I was reading this physically up to page 200, and then I switched to the audio. However, I'm DNFing and unhauling it. So I got to 53% in the audio. I think that this is an interesting book. I haven't read anything like this going into, I don't know if you call it the underworld or if this is just like hell or purgatory and all its many layers or levels. But I have not read a book like this. And so it did get me in the beginning. But as it kept progressing, here's my thing. I need to be invested in a character at least to keep continuing about the plot. And there just feels like there's so much plot happening. Like, we start out with our mean dude, Chet, who, like I said, gets out of jail. His girlfriend is pregnant. They run away from Alabama or Mississippi to South Carolina. He ends up dying. I won't tell you how. And so he has this task to try to complete in hell, to like try to get back to the living. And so he meets some people on his journey, and I don't know how to feel about some of the depictions, because Chet's a white dude. He meets like a man who was disabled, who was in a wheelchair, but now he's in the afterlife, and now he's not bound to a wheelchair, and he's like loving that, which I mean, I don't have experience on that, but I would imagine it not being bound to a chair is, you know, I guess freeing. But then also this Latino woman. Nigel, we can't play fetch right now, Bookie. Hold on. I don't know. Anyway, there's some interesting uses of the characters of color in here that I came across. He also meets this man who is African, and he kind of is like giving him lots of stories and wisdom to encourage him to keep going. Kind of feel weird about that. But here's the thing. This may sound crazy. I think there's too much plot in here. Like, okay, he has his journey in the underworld, but he meets other people, and then he gets in trouble, so there's more things going on, and then there's these games that they basically get involved with. There's like these gods in the underworld, and so now I'm not calling it like the Hunger Games, but they're basically like these games that he's got to try to stay alive in, and then there's just all these like, and it adds and it keeps adding without solving the other things, at least to where I got. Nigel, hold on, Pookie, we can play in a minute. Give me the ball. And I don't care enough about Chet, our main character, and it does pan. You get short chapters from other people's POVs, like back to the living where his baby mama and his grandmother are, and some other people who are also in the underworld, hell, purgatory with him. But I don't feel a connection to any of these characters to really care to continue to see. Like, I was interested to see if he won the games, like if he meets up with this person he's trying to meet up with, like what happens. But there's just not enough. There was not enough of a foundation built to the character, and I think it's because he dies pretty quickly, like in the story, and that's just a personal thing for me, that I don't feel like he was developed enough, that I felt like a connection to care about him. So like, I probably could finish this and be like, oh, okay, that's cool, but I don't know. I'm just in this weird space of I feeling really slumpy, especially in my pause on Stormlight, and so I could finish this, but I don't think it's going to be a favorite, so it's getting unhauled. So that means we have one more, and it is my other wrapped book that says Failed Love, Found Family, and Hope. So here's the size. Sounds like a hardcover, so you want to make your guesses before I open it. What is this? Dinosaurs, a novel. Okay, well, again, another book I've never seen, never heard of. Okay. I don't like how this was folded already. Okay. Let's see. This says, okay, apparently Lydia Millett is a major American novelist. Okay. Dinosaurs is a story of a man named Gil who walks from New York to Arizona to recover from failed love. After he arrives, new neighbors move into the glass-walled house next door, and his life begins to mesh with theirs. In this warmly textured, dryly funny, and philosophical account of Gil's unexpected devotion to the family, Millett explores the uncanny territory where the self ends and community begins, what one person can do in a world beset by emergencies. In the shadow of existential threat, where does hope live? Okay, for some reason, I thought that it said, since it said failed love, found family, hope, for some reason I was like, it's probably going to be historical fiction, World War II, which, you know, not bad, because I haven't read one of those in a while. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. I can't throw it. So, are we thinking we're about to be 2 for 2 in this video again? I don't know. This is quite short. 200. 29 pages, it looks like, or 230, something like that. So yeah. Oh yeah, she's written a lot, but I don't recognize her name. She has a book called George Bush, Dark Prince of Love. Okay, well, I'll be starting this today. Wish me luck. He was up on the bed until I hit play or record. And then he wanted to jump down here. I'm just gonna give you a brief update before I continue reading. I'm continuing the theme of this bookmark. I wanted to be consistent. So I got to page, I got to page 57 of dinosaurs. That's not about dinosaurs. I'm glad that we didn't spend a lot of time on his walking from New York to Arizona. Like, it was summarized very nicely. Brandon Sanders said you could learn a thing or two. But I'm just so confused at what the point of this is supposed to be. And it's not, it's so short, and that I want to give it to 50%, which will be a little over 100 pages. Maybe I'll stop. Let's see where this chapter ends. Like 116. So I'm going to try to read that right now. Let's talk about the book. Okay. So we're following this dude, and his neighbors have moved into the glass house. It's a family of 4, and they've met and they've become friends, and he hangs out with them. He hangs out with the son. He spends his time volunteering. He has a lot of money, so he doesn't need to work. And you get some reflections back to like his friends that he had when he lived in New York. He had a couple mentions of, I guess, the woman that he was dating that fits into this failed love that was on the outside cover. But I don't know if it's just supposed to be like you can continue a life after, or like I don't know what the greater message is, because it's very just like, and the next day he had dinner with them and he played baseball with a kid, and then he went to the volunteer thing, and these hummingbirds come up to his house. Okay, his neighbor brought over a pie. Flashback, he had whiskey with this friend. Like, there's not much. I'm like, is there a plot? Is there a point? So I was gonna say every chapter, but no, because the first one was called Morning, and that might be a kind of bird. I don't know. I'm not an ornithologist. Is that what it's called? But it seems like almost every chapter is titled after a bird. Like this next one is cuckoos. I saw one for vultures, hummingbirds, quail. So I don't know, but it's so short and it reads pretty quickly. So I had taken a break to edit this video. So I'm going to read to that halfway point and then decide if I'm like, ooh, this is like, there's some great message here, or it's going to be a wash, and that'll be 2 more unhauled. So either way, I'm going to check in with you today, Monday, November 18th, and I'll let you know. This may be the end of the video. Who knows? Before I forget, I'm going to update you. I got to the halfway point. My book's over there. I feel so torn. It's like not terrible, but I'm also like, do I care? That should be a sign right there. But like, I kind of want to know what happens. Like, I kind of want to know if there becomes any point or like some big grand message beyond like life goes on, I guess, kind of. There's been some sad happening. I don't like how I look, sorry. There's been some sad happening. It's just really strange. Like, I think I might almost have to finish it so I could just like have a full, like, okay, this is what it is. Because right now I'm like, it's fine. I don't know why it's called dinosaurs. Like, lots of talks about birds. So I put it down for today. So I'm going to return to it tomorrow and see if I actually want to finish it. I'm tempted to go look at Goodreads reviews, but I'm trying to hold off to the end, but I almost kind of want to go look at them. Like 3-star and below. I'll update you. Lay down. Come on. Up. Okay. I've got a pimple. I've got a whitehead. Okay. It happens to the best of us. So earlier we had this thing that we had to go to, and then I had a Pilates class, so that's why we were killing time at the coffee shop. So I did read a little bit more of this. So I got to page 147, and I don't know what it is about it, but I'm going to finish it. That's what I'm going to do. Me and Bebe, we are going to finish this book. There's something about it, and the like, monotony is not the right word, but just like the regularness of it, of life, of the people he encounters, of the things that happened. I don't know. I just want to see how this concludes. I don't know. I don't know if I have that much insight. Oh my God, Bebe's being very cute. He's nestling into my bosom. He doesn't often do this. He seems like a boob hater because he loves to lay on his daddy who ain't got no titties. Anyway, like, a sad happened with the death of someone that made me sad. I really just like, again, I want to know what the full picture is of this book. But something that I really do like about it is that he has this really great relationship with his neighbors. And I hope that isn't ruined. Like, I'm just like hoping nothing untoward happens, you know? Like, so I'm gonna finish it. Okay. Hey, this, you know, we're going with this setup. Yeah. It hurts. It's not fair. So I finished this book, Dinosaurs, and I only looked at a couple Goodreads reviews, and then I got distracted, and I didn't remember till I just sat down to film this. So I feel conflicted on the book. The couple of reviews I did look at kind of reflected back what I was thinking. Like, it is, you are reading the book and you're like, okay, what's the point? What's the plot? Is something gonna happen? And nothing in particular happens, but like everything happens because it's just like life. It comments on losing love, finding it again, community, birds. So you could always almost like, also talks about the climate because it's in Arizona, and they're like the monsoons, and the monsoon season used to be longer or stronger, and now it's not. Doing people wrong, being there for people, being there for friends. Nini, not right now. So it was simultaneously nothing. There were things happening. I don't know. It feels so weird. I don't know how to rate it because I thought maybe if I finished it, I still would come away with something more profound, and I could see how that also is kind of the point of the book of like, this is life. It's just all these moments, big and small, a lot of small moments, and then sometimes you have these big ones. and things you go through. I will say I was sad about one thing that happened with his neighbors. It wasn't what I thought was gonna happen, but I was like, dang it, I just wanted them to be like this family, like nothing was wrong. I know that's not how life is, but yeah, it's like, would I recommend it? Not really. I don't know. I guess maybe if that's just kind of what you want. If you want, I guess it's slice of life, because it's literally this guy who ends this long-term relationship, walks from New York to Arizona, and then we just get his life as he's interacting with his neighbors, people he volunteers with, his observations about those people, his observations about birds, about just general things. So a little bit of politics comes up, so observations about the political climate, and so it's weird. It's not a book I'm gonna hold on to, so I am unhauling both of them, but I'm not like worse off for finishing it, you know what I'm saying? It did make me kind of like reflect some, but I still wouldn't be like, ooh, it was 5 stars, wow, wow, wow. So another read it or unhaul it challenge, right? I'm unhauling 2 more books, so great, more room on my shelves, and I finally unwrapped those 2 books. Will I ever do a blind date with a book again? Probably not. But maybe someone who reads these books, because they're just gonna go on my donation pile, they're gonna go to the Air Force Base. So hopefully one of those airmen who live in the dorms and come across these books, the books find someone who loves them and it really resonates with them. Yeah, that's it for me. I will be doing this again. I like it forcing me to read things that I just like wouldn't pick up on my own, because obviously I've had these wrap books on my shelf for over a year. So I will do it again. I like to do 2 books that feels reasonable and it's attainable for me to do, even though this took me longer because I took a pause. But anyway, if you've read either of these books, I would love to know your thoughts. The author of the second book, she's written a lot of other books, but I haven't read any of them. And I haven't read any other of the Brom books. But I was interested in Slewfoot. So if you've read Slewfoot, do you think I would like it? Would love to know your thoughts. I appreciate you so much for watching. Stay blessed, hydrated, moisturized, and sunscreen. Oh, and just a friendly reminder, life is hard, life is stressful, especially if you live in the United States of America. I mean, it's stressful everywhere, but obviously with recent news. And if you want something to look forward to in 2025, like I do, I love having a trip to count down to. Why not Ireland with me next October? There's a link in the description if you want all the full details, because there's still spots on the trip. But look, I need some hope on the horizon. Light on the horizon, something great that's outside of America. I need that on the horizon, and that's what I'm counting down to. So if you want to do that with me, click down below, and get yourself a spot so we can start being like, one more day closer to Ireland 2025. Okay, but yeah, stay hydrated, moisturize, sunscreen. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.